if you see what's on screen. Sorry if the 18 plus and manga spoilers is not very seeable. I had to write that one down while making this. Sorry, but I'm really proud of this little picture I made. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy, and please do keep aware that everything on screen is what happens in this book. So please and thank you, and thank you for listening, guys. Now let's begin. Demon Slayer Mark. 8 years ago. A hair-colored girl held a large basket of fruits and vegetables. Each step she took, something would fall. As she bent over to pick it up, more would spill over. As she stumbled, a man ran past her, bumping into the girl's little body. The force sent the little girl tumbling forward, the loose bag falling over her head, landing next to all the scattered items. The man didn't even glare back and continued running. Gasping, she quickly snatched the clothes off the floor and pulled it up to her face, hoping no one had seen. Once she pulled the cloth over her head, she finally noticed the set of callous hands picking up the fruits and vegetables and placing them back into the basket. Some of the items had been crushed or damaged by the people walking by, so he threw them to the side with a sigh. Looking up, she met his maroon eyes. He seemed to be a teen, years older than her. Realizing the close proximity, her body tensed. "Hey kid, what's your name?" Her mouth gaped open, unsure what to say. His maroon eyes piercing into her soul, through the holes of the cloth. She stuttered out, "Yin." He chuckled. "Well, stay here, Yin. I'll go get that unflamboyant jerk and make him compensate you." In the midst of her internal struggles, the teen stood up and chased after the crumplet. Taking his chance, she grabbed the basket and ran. Even as more items fell over, she never stopped to return them. A few moments passed by. The teen returned to the same spot, dragging the man behind him. His maroon eyes scanned the market. When he couldn't see the girl with the cloth bag, disappointed perked at his chest. The teen released the hold he had on the man's collar. Sighing, he brushed it off and continued to his task. Momentarily forgetting the incident, the teen unhurriedly walked past the stalls, not knowing that the girl he met frequently would overwhelm his dreams for many years to come. Yin huffed, shuffling through her items with frustration. After hours of searching her room, she could not find what she was looking for. As she searched, the white veil she had received did not turn up. Yin could have sworn she left it in her, I'm going to butcher this, urikushi, yet no matter where she looked, it was nowhere to be found. She felt disappointed in herself for having lost something that was gifted to her by Keiko. She kept it safely tucked away, not wanting to damage the precious item, but just when she needed it the most, it vanished. The woman sighed and tossed her items to the side in exhaustion. This mission required her to blend in for once. The hair-colored girl was going to wear something other than her kabuki mask. However, with the veil's absence, she had no choice but to find different disguises. Not wanting to delay the mission any further, Yin tied the kabuki mask, deciding to find something on the way. The hair-colored woman stood in front of a stern sound pillar who hung his head in disappointment. At first glance, Uzui was delighted to see the woman without a mask. However, upon coming closer, he noticed that the pounds of makeup applied to her face completely distorted her features. He huffed, crossing his arms pettishly. Noticing his low mood, Yin sighed. As requested by Okiya-sama, I will be assisting you on your mission. Because you have the most insight, I ask for your guidance." Yin bowed her head and spoke formally. Uzui didn't like the distance in her tone. Staring at an unfamiliar face, he sighed and turned away. "As you know, Zenitsu has gone silent in the Kyoju house, so I will investigate there. I will be sending you to the Otiumu house. Inosuke-san is there looking for Maiko. He claims he has come across a demon there." "Maiko-san is also missing?" Yin's eyes lined up with the heavy blue eyeshadow widen. Her red-painted lips turned downwards. Uzui's maroon eyes narrowed at the worry in her voice. It was a great difference from the solitution she used when talking to him. A smile graced his face, finding the slight jealousy perking in his chest. "I will take you to the house." He held out his arm for her to grab so he could escort her. The hair-colored girl glanced at the extended arm and forced her gaze towards, not grabbing the hand and increasing the distance between them. She motioned for him to lead the way. The smile on his face had dropped. As the sun set and as the moon rose, Yin calmly settled into her house. She was shown the hair-colored woman, was given a tour, and introduced to her fellow entertainers. When she had finally been alone, she began to remove the makeup on her face. Grabbing her kabuki mask, she set off to meet the boar-headed comrade. Just as she exited the room, her nerves tingled, and her gut jumped into her stomach. Jumping backward, she nearly dodged a figure barreling past her. Staring at a rushing blur, she recognized the shirtless slayer. Realizing who it was, she ran to chase after him. As she ran behind him, the two finally came across a hole. The two could sense a demonic energy emanating from it. However, it seemed too small to fit an adult. "Wait, Inosuke!" Before she could finish, the boar-headed man rammed his head into the ground. Sighing, Yin cringed. How naive. Nothing can withstand the great Inosuke-sama. Twisting his arms, he shifted his bones and dove through the hole. Eyes widened and jaw slack. She watched the grown man disappear into the tiny hole. Knowing she herself could not travel through, she backed away. "All right, hang in there. I'll find Tanjiro-san." Leaving Inosuke, Yin finally arrived where Tanjiro was battling the demon they had been looking for. Surrounding the beautiful demon was tentacle-like obese. Observing the demon's face, she noticed the kanji for number 6 written on her eyes. Slightly turning away from the battle, she noticed the chaos around her. Parts of the buildings collapsed. Injured people watching Tanjiro fight. The Phoenix Pillar left towards the injured people and worked to bring them all to safety. Once she had done, she scaled the building and entered through the broken wall. There, Tanjiro held Nezuko in his arms at the side while Uzui stood facing the new demon. The new demon's body was abnormally thin, his spine and ribs showing. Oh, I want to do his voice, but I can't. You're so cool, man. A hero saving all these people. I'm so envious. The demon told Uzui, whose face remained calm. Well, yeah, I'm a flamboyant, elegant ladies' man, so of course I even have 4 wives. 4? Yin thought to herself. The confusion disappeared when the two began to fight. The Phoenix Pillar jumped in, aiding the Sound Pillar. The sibling demons were cut off guard by her appearance. By the regained focus, their eyebrows dipped in construction tea. Uzui managed to kick Denki off of Gyatu's shoulders, while Yin shot up and beheaded the female demon. Daki cried out in anger and grasped her severed head. My head got cut off again. Shithead, you're so going to pay. Gitru ignored his sister's tantrum, staring at the sound pillar with a smug look on his drooping face. Have you noticed now? You are slowly dying over there. Yin noticed the paleness of the sound pillar. Looking at the liquid dripping from Gitru's sickle, she realized that the demon's poison may be successfully sinking into her comrade. While the two men immersive themselves into their bitter, Yin quickly shuffled through her pouch for a vial. Just as Tanjiro and the others arrived, Yin took the chance to stab the injection into Uzui's back before retreating. He yelped out and turned to her. It should help, she said simply before turning her attention back to the man with the checkered hori. The Phoenix Pillar continued to aid the fight. Beside Tanjiro and Uzui, the three slowly losing energy as they continued. As they fought, Yin could see Tanjiro continuing to push himself, his entire body sweating profusely. Seeing his state, she felt the need to send him to the sidelines. However, she was unable to utter anything as she dodged the attacks. The nerves in her body tangled. Turning to Uzui, she watched as Gitru's sickle came dangerously close. Uzui brought his hand up to block it. An attack was sent straight at his left wrist when Yin launched forwards, intercepting the attack. The two pillars sent back, and they crashed a bit away from each other. The Phoenix Pillar got up, but noticed the Sound Pillar was struggling to move. Taking out a vial from her pouch, she threw it, piercing the vein of Uzui's neck. Shooting up from her position on the floor, she launched herself back into the fight. As the battle continued, she could feel her stamina running low. Yin could tell that she was in no longer shape than her comrade. The Phoenix Pillar's movement began to slow. The number of needles she had left were close to none. Despite this, she watched as Tanjiro ignored all his pain and increased the strength of his attacks. As he fought, Yin noticed a strange flame shape replace his comrade's birthmark. All of a sudden, Tanjiro began to fight even harder, surprising the hair-colored girl. Seeing the strange mark manifest onto her comrade's head, she felt a strange feeling overwhelm her. She pushed the feeling to the side, determined to finish this fight soon. A sharp pain struck in her chest. She could feel her heartbeat racing dangerously fast, skipping too many beats to be considerably normal. Sweat began to drop from her forehead. Underneath her cracked mask, she continued to dodge the demon's attacks, fully aware of the rising heat of her body. Even as her body felt as if she was on fire, her skin covered in the layer of sweat. The woman fought through. Amidst imitation fight, a stinging sensation crept from an area of her neck. All of a sudden, all of the weariness and pain had disappeared. The pressure constricting her limbs vanished, and the Phoenix Pillar felt her body become lighter than before. The demon's eyes widened as the hair-colored girl's movement became even faster, even her attacks faster. With bursts of energy running through her veins, she fought harder alongside Tanjiro. Seeing the demon slayers fight harder, the two demons also increased their strength. Set on winning, the end of the fight was nearing, and the champions of the battle had yet to be determined. Taisho Era's secret. Did you know Yin was a bit too happy to stab Uzui with the needles?